World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. A powerful magnitude 7.6 earthquake struck northeastern Japan late last night, with authorities saying thousands of people were ordered to leave their homes as a precaution. The BBC reports the quake hit at 11:15 in the evening local time, about 80 kilometers off the coast of Aomori, at a depth of around 50 kilometers. Tsunami warnings were issued right after the quake, but those have now been lifted. Small waves, around 70 centimeters high, were recorded along the coast. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi says at least 7 people have been reported injured. She is urging everyone in the affected areas to stay alert as more tremors are possible over the next week. The Prime Minister also reminded residents to double-check their earthquake safety measures, secure furniture, review evacuation routes, and be ready to leave immediately if strong shaking begins. According to reports, around 90,000 residents were told to evacuate. The government has activated its emergency response team and set up a crisis office to manage the situation. In other news overseas, Malaysian Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim is calling for calm after reports of armed clashes along the Thailand-Cambodia border. Bernama reports in a statement posted on Facebook, Anwar said he was deeply concerned about the situation and extended his condolences to the families of those who were killed or injured. The Prime Minister urged both Thailand and Cambodia to show maximum restraint, keep communication lines open, and use the existing mechanisms designed to prevent conflicts. He reminded the public that both countries are close partners of Malaysia and important members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN. Anwar warned that the renewed fighting could undermine years of work aimed at stabilizing relations between the two neighbors. He also stressed that the region cannot afford to let long-standing disputes escalate into further confrontation. Anwar also said the immediate priority is to stop the violence, protect civilians, and return to diplomatic efforts guided by international law and ASEAN spirit of cooperation. Earlier reports said Thailand launched airstrikes along its disputed border with Cambodia. At least 1 Thai soldier was killed and 4 others were wounded in the clashes near the two areas in Ubon Ratchathani province. And finally, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the second phase of the United States brokered plan to end the war in Gaza is getting closer, but several major issues still need to be settled. The BBC reports under this next phase of U.S. President Donald Trump's peace plan, Israel is expected to pull its troops further back, a transitional authority would take over governing duties, and an international security force would be deployed. Hamas, meanwhile, is expected to give up its weapons and allow reconstruction to begin. But questions remain about Hamas disarmament. One senior official has hinted the group may be willing to freeze or store its remaining weapons rather than fully surrender them. The U.S. and other mediators continue to push both sides to move forward with the plan. 2 months after the ceasefire began, Israel and Hamas still accuse each other of near-daily violations. Israeli forces continue to hold more than half of the Gaza Strip, while Hamas has regained control in much of the remaining areas. Netanyahu says he will hold key talks with U.S. President Trump at the end of the month to push the peace plan forward. An Israeli government spokesperson confirmed the meeting will take place on December 29. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.